The question is, and I did a poll about this, will Drake respond? Now Drake is doing the little speeches on stage and putting up little memes or whatever else.
Do this. Hey, listen, I'm almost like an OVO spokesperson right now.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Drake unequivocally, 100 million% will respond. Maybe not in the timely fashion that some people are trying to put onto him, because here's the thing, this is the A side. He is the A side. Also, here's the thing too, I'll be damned. If a guy takes 5 years off rapping, comes back with one album, goes for another year, and pops up with a diss song, and I gotta respond in 3 days. Oh, hell no. Okay? Now, going back to what I was saying about this type of rap beef. You see, I always gotta use Meek Mill as like a foil. He's stupid. Like, you could have defeated that motherfucker with anything, okay? Like, he's the guy, 2 plus 2 might be 22 to him. When we're talking about Kendrick Lamar, we're talking about a shrewd operator.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the hardest battle Drake has ever had to face.
Oh yeah. Well, although, hold on. The Pusha T one was serious. In fact, he never even responded to Pusha T, and Pusha T came pretty tough. And he also exposed his son. He put up the blackface picture.
But that's my point exactly. What Drake made his fatal error was he got dissed on infrared. He said, fuck it, load up the clip, we're dumping it. He expected a response. He never thought the response was gonna be something, which by the way, he's a hip hop historian his damn self. You should know in a battle, yeah, people will go dig up paperwork on your mans, like, just like battle rap, hey, your mans used to snitch, blah, 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 we're gonna get it. So he was blindsided. And also he thought that was off limits because apparently he had showed like either Kanye, yo, I do have a son. Now he felt Kanye leaked that info to the guy, leaked info to Pusha T, and now Pusha T's weaponizing it. So he felt blind.
Pusha T addressed this. He said it was a girl that was messing with 40.
Okay.
And 40 was pillow talking to her, and she went and told someone else.
You do know that that's the go-to line when you find out information.
Right.
I didn't get it from your mans who really told me. I got it from the girl you're fucking.
Yeah.
You're fucking too many girls.
Right.
Okay. But still, that was a fatal mistake he made. He won't make it again. This is why he's taking his time. Because here's the logic. Kendrick, who basically is Kawhi Leonard. The motherfucker played one game, skipped 30. Okay? Plays another game, skips 80. Misses 2 seasons, comes back, and plays All-Star game. We don't know what's going on with him. So cool, he pops out of the blue. He's on the album of the 2 dudes. Keep in mind, Metro Boomin, he's on Twitter like twiddling his thumbs and like thinking he's like an evil villain. They're making a hate album for you, right? Which to me is the ultimate sign of respect, but still. And this guy who don't rap, who basically go to practice, just jumps on the album to diss you? Think about it. If we are supposed to believe that Kendrick don't have a diss song tucked in his pocket ready to go, you would be very much ill-informed. I think what Drake is doing right now is trying to figure out what that is. Okay, we already dissed you. Nobody put you on the clock, right? Because you're the guy who don't play. We dissed your first-person shooter. No one was like, yo, he better. Actually, people thought it was so cordial still, they didn't really even attach some of the disses to you.
What did they say on first-person shooter?
So first-person shooter, they pretty much boxed him out of the top. They said there is a big 3, but they boxed him out of the top 2. Yo, it's pretty much like the best shit is basically me and Drake, where we have the Spider-Man meme. There was a bunch of other stuff like that was littered in there, just basically saying, hey, he's just like me and Drake, we're the Super Bowl. We're 1 and 2. Who goes to the finals? The 2 best teams. We're the Super Bowl. We're the end all be all. Yeah, shout out to the big 3, but like, we're the guys. We're numero uno, and both of them basically say it. They kind of boxed him out there, and that's why you see Kendrick starts off by dismantling, hey, first, like you better come with a few switches when he says the first person shooter. So yeah, Kendrick responds. Drake, because of how aggressive Kendrick responded, now direct. See, now it felt more than just a verse. It felt like an attack. Kendrick has another song loaded, but he needs Drake to diss first. what Drake did first, without knowing what Pusha might come back at him with, he dropped Duppy Freestyle. And when he dropped Duppy Freestyle, I thought, and I still think, and people will say you're a little biased because you're a huge Drake fan, but it's okay, I'll take that. But I still think, rapping-wise, Drake had the better song, just off raps. But the exposal made the bigger moment, and that ended it. And of course, Drake not responding to it, he lost.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, most people are giving it to Pusha T.
Well, is that...
And that's the only, I felt the only chink in Drake's armor was Pusha T. And Pusha T still running his mouth. You know, oh, not a pinky has been, you know, placed on me. But it's not like Pusha ever did anything to Drake. Like, you know.
Hey, listen. I call rap beefs fair, and Drake's my guy. We don't have to give it to Pusha. He won. He won because once someone stops responding, I don't care what happened. Your cat died.
Right.
You couldn't get.
You don't show up to court.
Your ball went over the fence. You lost. It's over.
Yeah,
we're gonna call it spade a spade. And I think Drake has learned that he has to accept that. In this situation with Kendrick, I think the stakes are higher because there was no chance that, you gotta remember, even in the midst of this beef with Pusha, he gets God's plan. He gets his biggest songs. He gets like some of the greatest shit. Like, he goes on a run. This has a potential chance to make the actual culture look at Drake as, wow, he's really not number one. He's just like this pop guy who, yes, he does big numbers, but he's really not that number one.
So what you're saying is that Kendrick could potentially Ja Rule Drake.
Not Ja Rule Drake, but end the discussion about who is number one. I think Drake, I made this, people have to go back with me in time. It's 2017, that's the year. Drake and Kendrick have always had this, like, you know, kind of competitive, like, relationship. But not only that, fans have always said, it's like when people used to back in the day compare, I don't want to say necessarily LeBron and Carmelo, but whoever those two guys who are kind of like number one and number two in whatever culture.
LeBron and Kobe?
Yeah, I guess LeBron and Kobe, cool. And but of course, they're really contemporaries though. So what happens is that everyone would be like, well, we think Kendrick raps the best, but this guy's the more successful commercially.
Yeah.
2017, it threatened for that to flip, where Drake was legit about to get eclipsed. Now, let me bring it back to the time. Drake drops More Life, sells about 300-some-thousand records. Kendrick drops Damn. Biggest commercial rap album that year, sells over 600,000. He's selling more than Drake, and they're saying he's rapping better than Drake. He's beating Drake in all categories.
Right.
Okay? Drake is in the UK with gigs, you know what I mean, going crazy, right? He's getting this international thing going on, right?
Yeah.
But at that point, this is the first time when both have dropped in the same year that Kendrick is out commercially performing Drake.
But Kendrick always outperforms everybody when he drops.
Not Drake. Never Drake.
When was an album that Kendrick dropped that underperformed Drake?
When did he ever? To Pimp a Butterfly, that was dropped 2014. If we look back at Drake's album right before, Drake outperformed him. Like, Drake was always the more commercially viable product.
Okay, you might be right.
Right?
Okay.
That year,
Fair enough.
you remember, the dude had like 10 singles. The dude had the song with Lucario, he had Humble, he had the song with Loyalty with Rihanna, like he had like 10 singles on there, DNA, like that whole album went so crazy.